Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Unacademy Cat. Today, I'm going to discuss about cat score versus percentile. Okay, a lot of you, like while preparing for cat, you have different percentile in mind. Some target 99 percentile, for some target might be 95 percentile, 98 percentile, depending on your the dream B school plus your caliber that you know plus the category that you belong to, right? Because CAT is not a fair game. Right? For general engineer male, the score needed is much higher than what would be needed for a female or for a reserved category candidate or for a non-engineer. So, in this video, we shall see that what is the relation between score and percentile over the past few years and how one can achieve that, right? So, it's uh, not the same everywhere, that keeps changing, right? But we'll see that a rough estimate what sectional score, what are the sectional percentile versus overall percentile, what if you do good in one of the sections or two of the sections, etc. Okay, so that we will see in today's video related to all doubts related to score versus percentile. Although I would say that you should never target any specific score that I should score this much because it entirely depends on the difficulty level of the paper. But there are certain statistics which remain constant. Okay, so we shall see this in this video. Okay, so good evening, all. Welcome to this session. So, for the ones who do not know about me, my name is Pranav Pant, and I'm a new educator at Unacademy. I am an MBA exam expert. I've cracked almost all MBA entrance examinations, scored 100% score in DILR and 99.9 plus percentile in quant. Okay, and scored very well in many other MBA entrance examinations. So I have a very fair idea about different examinations, how they are different from each other, what are the strategies needed to crack those examinations. Okay, so I'll be taking classes on DILR, quant, as well as strategy-based sessions. That how do you prepare for different examinations, how what score you should target, and what are the do's and don'ts, etc. So first of all, before appearing for any examination, like in CAT, right? You talk about percentile. You must have heard about this. Okay, and what is percentile? Can someone tell me what is percentile? My Unacademy mocks are at par with CAT level, and if you already have the plus subscription and have access to mocks, right? So that should be enough. Because you get good number of mock tests. It's about analyzing them properly. But still, if you want, you can purchase some other mocks as well. I would not deny that you should not purchase any other mock test. So, what is percentile? Anyone, any idea what is percentile? You hear this term percentile, right? You hear this only in CAT, in other exams also. Earlier, you used to hear the word percentage in schools, right? Then all of a sudden, you started hearing this word percentile. What is percentile? Can someone explain in simple words what is percentile? Our rank divided by total number of students multiplied by 100. Okay, yes, fair enough. That's correct. So percentile is basically where you stand in the crowd. Okay, so if you it's a number uh, on a scale of 100, so it indicates that how many people are equal or below you. So do you know how many people appear for cat? Any idea how many people appear for cat? Yeah, it's a way to represent your rank. How many people write cat? Roughly 2 lakh people. Yes, right. Roughly 2 lakh people write cat. Okay. Suppose your rank is 4,000. Suppose your rank is 4,000 out of 2 lakh people. Okay. So what will be your percentile? Now see, how many people, how far are you ahead? Like 4,000 out of 2 lakhs is 2%. So you are in the top 2%. Okay, so that means you are at 98 percentile. Okay, so that is how you explain percentile, right? So how many of the candidates are behind you? That is your percentile. So if you say you are at 95 percentile, 95 percentile will mean top 5%. Okay, if you say 99 percentile, so 99 percentile is top 1%. Okay, similarly 80 percentile will be means top 20%. Okay, so some people have confusion that some people think कि 95% आ गई तो बहुत अच्छी है, right? But 99 percentile is 5 times better because you are in top 5, now you are in top 1. Okay, so you should understand what percentile is. Okay, so understanding is needed, but yes, let us see that how percentile has been over the years, and what scores can lead you to what percentile. Accordingly, how you should prepare for the examination, how you should focus on sections, etc. Okay, so first of all, I would like to ask you, what is your target percentile? How much will you like to target? What percentile would you like to get? What is your target percentile? 95. Okay, 90 plus. All right. Okay, Tushar is saying 90, Mayank is saying 95. Anyone else? What about Yash, Pranjal? What is your target percentile? 97 plus. Okay. All right. So, see, this question I ask people. Okay. And what I would say is that, see, you should always target 100. Why should you? What is stopping you from targeting 100? So yesterday also I talked about mental barrier. Okay, if you create some barrier, if you say कि मुझे 95 लाना है, that's a barrier. You do not look beyond that. Why you should target 95? Okay, that what actually you will get will be result of multiple things, right? That how good you are, how well you prepared, how you handled the situation during the examination, etc., etc. Most of that is the end result. But target should always be the top, right? If you target, let's say you are targeting 90%, right? Okay, now 90 is a mental barrier. You do not look beyond that, right? So you should try to give your best. So never target any specific thing कि मुझे इतना ही लाना है. Okay, never be content with these things, right? Give your best thing, right? Maybe what if you get let us say what if you get you expected 90 and if you get 95, right? Wouldn't it be better, right? So there should not be any mental barrier कि मुझे इतनी percentile ही लानी है. Okay, so you are from agriculture background, 95. Okay, you can get a 95 percentile, but better score you get, the better advantage you will have, right? See, whenever you sit for GDPI, let us say you are at 95 percentile, another candidate from the same category and all is at 98 or 99 percentile. So obviously that person will get preference, right? So I'm not saying that you should have unrealistic expectations, but your target should be to give the best. Okay, you should not put any mental barrier कि मुझे इतनी ही लानी है. The more you get, the better is for you. Okay, all right. So one thing that is the thing is, you should target everything, but there's a disclaimer. Okay, the important disclaimer is, like, people, like, first is there are two kinds of people. First kind of people is they have that mental blockage कि मुझे इतने तक ही लानी है. राइट, इतने में खुश हो जाना है, राइट, ट्राई टू aspire for more. Okay, everyone should have aspirations. If you block your aspirations, you will never grow, right? It is not about just about targeting a percentile. It is also about other things also in life, like let's say wealth, right? Let's say any other thing, right? So try to aspire for big things, right? अगर तुमसे कोई पूछे कौन सी गाड़ी चाहिए, डोंट बी सेटिस्फाइड with ठीक है ये 8-10 लाख की गाड़ी, राइट? ड्रीम फॉर बिग थिंग्स। ठीक है, जब बड़े की सोचोगे तभी तो चीजें मिलेंगी। अगर सोच ही छोटी रहेगी तो बड़ी चीजें कैसे मिलेंगी, राइट? सो दैट इज द कॉन्सेप्ट, राइट? आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट यस यू हैव दैट इन माइंड बिकॉज यू हैव द थिंग कि यार मेरी कैपेसिटी इतनी है, you have your caliber in mind, but you have to get rid of that mental blockage. Okay, because most of the times it happens that it is the mental blockage that prevents us from doing better things. You can do much more than what you actually think. Why? Because you have created a mindset that I cannot go beyond this. Okay, so get rid of that. Okay, of course you need good preparation, you need to work hard. If you do not work hard, nothing will happen. It's a two-way thing, right? One thing is positivity, another thing is hard work. Okay, if you just be positive and you do not work hard, it is like just daydreaming. Okay, and on the other hand, if you just work hard and do not have any positivity, then you are working like a donkey, right? A donkey also works hard, but he does not aspire for things, right? He does not want to improve himself. Okay, so just don't be a hard worker, be an aspirational person as well. Okay, because that is the byproduct of these two things that gives you a good result. Okay, all right, so one thing is very important, like although I'm telling about the scores and all, don't target any score in the examination. Now these scores, since it is a relative term, right, it will depend on the difficulty level of the paper. इट्स अ रिलेटिव टर्म। ओके, ऐसा नहीं है कि 60% स्कोर पे 90% आ जाएगी, 95% आ जाएगी। इट विल डिपेंड ऑन, इट हैज चेंज्ड ईयर ऑन ईयर। ओके, सो वी विल सी सम रिजल्ट्स, यू विल सी कि यू विल ऑटोमेटिकली आइडेंटिफाई इस साल पेपर इजी आया था, इस साल पेपर डिफिकल्ट आया था। ओके, सो दैट इज समथिंग दैट you need to take care of, right? So we have launched a batch for crack cat 23, and it's an evening batch which recently started. And another thing that is on and there's a sunrisers batch which is going to start tomorrow, and it is going to be a morning batch. And these are the educators who would be taking classes in this. And if you want to study with the mentors, you can take Plus and Iconic subscriptions. Plus subscription has certain features. Iconic come with some additional features. In both these, you get unlimited access to all the educators and the test series, etc. Okay, and these are the pricing plans, and you can use my code. It asks you for a referral code. You can use my code PR10 to get 10% discount on the offerings. Okay, now let us talk about, let's see the score versus percentile for last year, right? cat 2021. And that these are the sectional scores in the order VARC, DILR, and this is quant. Okay, so total was of 198 marks. And these are the score versus percentile for last year, because last year is the most relevant for you. ठीक है, अगर सेम पैटर्न होता है, so you can relate to it, अच्छा कितना कितना बन सकता है, right? Now you will be surprised to see, ठीक है, now overall this is the sectional one, this is the overall one. Okay, 99 percentile was at 97.5, right? Almost you can say 50%. ठीक है, now you realize कि यार if you do, even if you do 50% of the paper correct, you are in the top 1%. Okay, so this video is going to show you some real picture, right? That you should not be very much scared. ठीक है, एट द सेम टाइम यू शुड नॉट बी मच ओवर कॉन्फिडेंट ऑल्सो। ऐसा भी नहीं कि हाँ हम तो कर लेंगे, बट एट द सेम टाइम यू शुड नो द रियलिटी कि अगर आप 50% भी कर लेते हो, सम पीपल थिंक कि यार मुझसे सिलेबस कवर नहीं हो रहा है पूरा एंड ऑल। सो इवन इफ यू हैव कवर्ड मोस्ट ऑफ द सिलेबस, लेट अस से 80% ऑफ द सिलेबस, you pick the questions correctly, okay, you do 50% of the paper, you are in the top 1%. Okay, and if you see this, let us say 90 percentile भी लेते हो, that is like 60 marks out of like say around 30%. 30% पेपर करने पे you are in the top 10%. Okay, that was the scenario last year. Okay, so it is not that easy also, of course, because see you are in the top 10% by just attempting 30% of the paper, but at the same time it is not very difficult also. The reason is the art of picking questions. That is the biggest thing in the examination. That is why we recommend you to take mock tests. Okay, understand your strengths and weaknesses well. Because what people do is they try to attempt wrong questions. They see one important thing in the during the examination is you should get rid of your ego. ठीक है, if you may be very good at quant, ठीक है, बहुत अच्छा होता होगा, algebra बहुत अच्छी आती है, geometry बहुत अच्छी आती है, but in the examination if you are stuck in a question, just let it go. See, even if you see that you did just 30% of the section, you got you 30% of the paper, you got around 90%. Okay, so these are some real figures that give you an awakening, right? Now, as per your category and all, because each category will have different criteria. Okay, so like for example, if you are a gem and want to target ABC. Okay, this is something that you should be looking at. 99.7 se niche, you won't get ABC, right? And if you have if that's an average profile, right? And if you have a stellar profile, like if you have a good profile, very good profile, then 99.7. If you have an average profile, maybe 99.9. A and B से तो तब भी कॉल नहीं आती, right? So A, B, C, L, maybe you need to get beyond this, right? So you should know कि कितना लाना पड़ता है, uh, how much is 99 better than, see some people say कि 99 आ गया, 99.9 आ गया, there is a lot of difference. So if you see the differences of 28 marks. Okay, और यहाँ से 99 से 90 के बीच में difference कितना है, 40 marks का है, right? So there is a huge difference between 99 and 99.9. Okay, so if you say 99 to 95, so the difference is of around 24 marks. मतलब जितना the effort that you need from 95 to 99, more effort you need to raise your score from 99 to 99.9. Okay, so it shows you the picture that how well you have to perform in the examination in order to get into the top B schools. Okay, so you should know the reality. You should be positive at first, right? As I said that there should be no negativity कि मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा. Okay, but at the same time you should know the reality also that it is not easy to get into the top ones, right? So if you have to get into the top B schools, you have to do very very well in the examination. Now let us see sectional scores. Okay, sectional scores का क्या pattern रहता है? Right, some people fear some sections. Right now, I'm talking about these sectional courses. Most of the IMs, even the top IMs, will have 85 percentile as the sectional cutoff. Most of them. Only some cases you might need more than that, and many other B schools will even not need 80 percentile. Okay, so 80 percentile line ना क्या कितना difficult था? Last year, if you see, you needed just 12 marks in quant. Okay, just 12 marks in quant to get 80 percentile. ठीक है, तो मान लो कोई किसी की quant अच्छी नहीं है, right? नॉन इंजीनियर, लोगों को डर लगता है कि quant में क्या होगा क्या होगा. ठीक है, if you did just four questions करेक्ट, ठीक है, 40 minutes में 4 questions कर सकते हो, right? You just need this art. So for cat, of course you have to cover the syllabus, learn the concepts. The most important thing to learn is this. If you have learned this, then you can definitely do well in the examination. So it is not all about, it's a smart test taking strategy. See, knowledge is a different thing. Okay, knowledge is different, it is also about smartness. So let us say you are a non-engineer, you do not know much about quant, ठीक है, but कुछ कुछ टॉपिक आते हैं, अरिथमेटिक आती है, लेट अस से अरिथमेटिक ज्योमेट्री आती है. यू डिड जस्ट 5 questions, ठीक है, आप 5 question करके आए, 40 minutes लगा के, यू picked the right questions, and you got 85 percentile in quant, right? But you were good in verbal ability and you did well in DILR also decently and you got a good percentile. Okay, so it is about art of picking questions. Okay, so these are sectional percentiles and sectional also if you see there is a huge gap between 99 and 99.9 and you would see the same difference between 95 and 99. So if someone says that you have to score very well in a section, that means you have to go beyond this 99 percentile in a section, and you can do good in one of the sections, at least one of the sections. Okay, so what you need to do is like we will see some more statistics and I'll show you certain case studies also how you can get a maximum total score. So what are the things that you should focus on? ठीक है, कुछ लोग कहते हैं बैलेंस करके चलो, आई नेवर से बैलेंस करके चलो। अभी हम कुछ केसेस देखेंगे कि बैलेंस स्कोर करने पे क्या होता है, किसी सेक्शन में बहुत अच्छा स्कोर करने से क्या होता है। ओके, सो वी शैल सी ऑल दीज थिंग्स। Now these were the results for the CAT 2020. Okay, so the paper was of 228 marks. Now again you see the difference from 99 to 99, that is around 31.5 marks. Okay, and this also this is somewhere around 25 marks. Okay, so you need to do much more better, like 95 से 99 तक लाना जितना effort लगेगा उससे ज्यादा effort 99 से 99.9 में जाने में लगता है। Okay, now this year also if you see 80-85 percentile, this is not a very high score. Okay, this year the paper was slightly easier and no, I would say easier, that is why the scores are higher. So if you did 5-6 questions you could have done this much in like quant, right? And similarly in DILR also if you do one set, DILR set has that has 4 questions। ठीक है, 4 questions means 12 marks। अगर एक सेट भी करके आते हो so you get around roughly 70 percentile। तो 70 percentile लाने के लिए एक सेट करना था। if you do 2 sets and let us say एक गलत भी हो गया, ठीक है, 7 करेक्ट और एक इनकरेक्ट आ गया, तो you get 20 marks। So 20 marks 90 percentile, right? So DILR में भी ऐसा नहीं है कि you need to do everything, even if you do 2 sets you get somewhere around 90 percentile by just doing 2 sets। Okay, so you should know कि किसमें कितना करने पे कितना कितना rough estimate आ जाता है। So you should not fear things, right? It is all about picking the right questions and go through past year papers. Trust me, you will find something in all sections which was doable। The thing is we spend time on wrong things। कई बार क्या होता है DILR का सेट आ गया, डिफिकल्ट सेट करने लग जाते हैं, क्यों करना, सारे क्वेश्चंस सेम नंबर के हैं। सो पिक दैट इजी सेट, पिक इजी क्वेश्चंस इन क्वांट, पिक the RCs which you can read easily in VRC। okay, and let us say you are good with parajumbles and other kind of questions, do those questions first, RC बाद में कर लो, ठीक है, या जो RC समझ में आ रहा है उसे पहले कर लो। So accordingly you can pick the questions and do well in these sections। Okay, so similarly these are the stats for CAT 2019 till 2019, the score was of 300, right? Now if you see this again यहाँ पे roughly 50%, you can say 53%, थोड़ा सा पेपर इजी रहा होगा। in 2021 I said that it was 50%, right? In 22 this was difficult, so it is around 45% difficult paper। ठीक है, it was moderate to difficult। okay, this was comparatively moderate। moderate paper होगा 53% में a person got 99 percentile। okay, so it depends on the difficulty level of the paper। so if the paper is difficult, the percentile score will be low for everyone। okay, now if you see 90 percentile, 90 percentile was 33%, और 2019 में से का 30%। so if you do one third of paper and it's a moderate paper, you get approximately 90 percentile। so even if you do not cover the entire syllabus, अगर लिमिटेड चीजें पढ़ी हैं, ठीक है, और लेट्स से 70% 80% सिलेबस कवर किया है, क्वांट भी पूरी कवर नहीं की है, रफ थोड़ा करके आगे वन थर्ड के करीब 99 90 परसेंटाइल आ सकती है, राइट? एंड let's say if you get like see this again, अगर यहाँ 8 क्वेश्चंस कर लिए होते then it was 1 hour per section. So we are seeing the data, right? These are stats from the past years. So if you did 1 hour per sections, अगर 30 मिनट में भी एक सेट करते, if you did two sets, कुछ लोग कहते हैं मैं DILR में स्लो हूँ, 30 मिनट में एक सेट करते तो 60 मिनट में दो सेट्स हो जाते, ठीक है? दो सेट्स में आपकी आ जाती 80 परसेंटाइल. If your rate is at around 20, right, which you can obviously improve, three sets कर लेते तो so you might have got somewhere around 93 percentile, right, for three sets. So it's like with practice you can improve things, right, in DILR, be it quant, and when you see the papers you will realize that there were questions that were doable. It is all about picking the right questions. So this is for 2018 and 17, right? If you want to see these stats, okay. Again, if you see this, this is roughly around 51% of total. 90 percentile is around 34%. So वही one third paper करके आते हो तो moderate paper में 90 percentile आ जाती है. If it is a difficult paper, you can get even more than that. Okay, and this year the paper was easy, right? 2017 the paper was easy. So if you see this, this is 58%. Okay, and this is around 39%. So this was an easy paper because if you see these two sections were very easy. ये देख रहे हो VRC में 99 के लिए 74 मार्क्स आ रहे थे, 74. This was difficult. These two sections were easy. Okay, so it is uh, as I said that for this you should not be worrying because it will change from year to year. इस साल इजी पेपर था तो 99 परसेंटाइल 174 में गई, मॉडरेट पेपर 154 158. So things will keep changing based on the difficulty level of the paper and you should not worry about that. Okay, now let us look at some interesting thing. Okay. Now this is from 2021 and this is the data of 2019. Okay, how you should prepare for the examination, some valuable statistics. Okay, let us say you are a balanced scorer, तीनों section equally आता है. Okay, you did well, you targeted 95 95 95, तीनों में 95 कर लिया. Let us add these numbers, so you will get 82.5 total आता, और 82.5 must have fetched you around 97 से 98 के बीच में. Okay, and this is 2019. Again we will see this. This is 88 132, 132 marks, that is 97 percentile. So if you see this different years, different examination pattern, this was different pattern, this was a different pattern. So if you score 95 95 95 in three sections, your overall goes at around 97 to 98. Okay, so that is, see, very much consistency in this. Suppose थोड़ा और कम लेवल के थे, 90 90 90 स्कोर कर लिया तीनों सेक्शन. So these things I'm telling you because you must realize certain things कि what you need to score very, see you have to crack. पहली चीज तो ओवरऑल स्कोर से बनती है ना. जब कैट परसेंटाइल किसी को बोलोगे, सेक्शनल जो भी हो, ऑफ कोर्स इट शुड बी अबव द कट ऑफ मार्क, बट अल्टीमेट थिंग इज योर ओवरऑल परसेंटाइल. Okay, so 90 90 90, अगर if you add this is 47 plus 20 67 marks. Okay, and 67 could have given you around 93 percentile. And if we take this here, that is 66 106.5, and here it must be around somewhere around this range only, so around 93 percentile in this case also. ये कुछ ना कुछ बीच में रहा होगा, right? So if you see that if you are a balanced scorer, whatever sectional score, ठीक है, उससे थोड़ा सा ज्यादा ओवरऑल बन जाएगा. Let us say 99, 99, 99 ले आए. Okay. So let's say you are good in three sections, 99, 99, 99 तीनों में 99, 99, 99 achieve कर दिया. So you get 69 plus 46, that is 115. और 115 में आ गया आपका 99.7. ठीक है, यहाँ पे भी अगर 99 ऐड कर देते हैं, so 179, and that is again 99.7. Very close figures, right? So if you, I mean, have a balanced score. One kind of people are the ones who have who have balanced scores. Okay, so you will overall get slightly above that score. नहीं, I have taken just random numbers. You could be like 93, 92, 90. ऐसे भी हो सकता है. थोड़ा बहुत difference आ सकता है. Okay, so your overall score will be slightly above that. Okay. Now let us look for a person who is strong in two sections, weak in another section. Okay, is it better than having a balanced scorecard? Right? Which strategy is better? Okay. Now which strategy is better? Let us say एक person है जो जिसकी quant और DILR बहुत strong है. Right? Like let us say my case. Right? I am very good with DILR and quant, but my verbal is weak. Okay. Now, if let us say I score 90 percentile here, I score 99 here, I score 99 here. Okay. So, if you see the scores, this is 69 plus 28.5. Okay. So, or by strong, I mean very strong. Okay. So, not just 95. Let us say a person is at 99.5 in two sections. 118.5. That would have given around 99.8. ओके. अब इसमें भी सेम केस लेके देखते हैं. सॉरी, आई टुक 99.5, सो 99.9 लिखते हैं. ओके, सो 148, 148 plus 41, 189. Again, somewhere around 99.8. So if you have to score very high, okay, so if you have to score very high, you have to be of this category: strong, strong, weak. If you have to really score very high, because if you are really strong in two sections, you cannot be equally strong in all three. Very less chance. ठीक है, होता है कि दो sections में लोग बहुत अच्छे होते हैं. ठीक है, there are many people who are good in quant and DILR, and maybe let us say weak in verbal. That is the case with many of the people. Okay, so what I'm trying to say in this case is that make your strong area strong. वीक एरिया पे भी काम करना है, बट जो स्ट्रॉन्ग एरिया है उसे बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाना है. एंड हाउ यू कैन डू, सी, लाइक लेट अस से if you're strong at something, let's say you are good with verbal ability. Okay, so will you prefer doing quant or will you prefer doing verbal ability? Obviously you will prefer verbal ability, right? तुम्हें quant boring लगेगा. On the other hand, ठीक है, जिसकी quant अच्छी होती है उसे verbal अच्छा नहीं लगता. Okay, so if you put the same effort, let us say if you are good with verbal ability, and if you put the same effort in verbal ability, you are likely to get better result in that, isn't it? जो चीज अच्छी लगती है उसमें मेहनत करोगे तो ज्यादा अच्छा रिजल्ट आएगा. On the contrary, if you are not good at something, you put efforts, right? I'm not saying that you should not be putting efforts. If you put efforts, the output not will not be very great. ठीक है, एक लेवल तक एफर्ट पुट करो जिस सेक्शन में थोड़े वीक हो, बट जो स्ट्रॉन्ग एरिया है ना उसे और स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाओ. दैट इज व्हाट इज गोइंग टू मेक द डिफरेंस. ठीक है, इफ यू आर लेट अस से इक्वली गुड इन थ्री, लोग क्या करते हैं, बैलेंस करने की कोशिश करते हैं, तीनों सेक्शन बैलेंस. आई नेवर रिकमेंड दैट, बिकॉज अगर तीनों में फोकस करने लगोगे तो क्या होगा कि देयर विल बी सम सेक्शन विच यू कुड improve much more. Okay, you could obviously improve much more in one particular section or two sections which you stopped because you were putting equal efforts in the third section. By this I do not mean that you should ignore any section, but the thing is make yourself strong in two sections. Okay, now it is not necessary that you could be very strong in two sections. You can still be strong in one section. Okay, and make sure that you are very very strong in that section, and that again can give you a very good result. Let us say your verbalizability is very very good. Okay, you are like 99.9 percentile in verbalizability. बट इन दिस यू सेड 95 भी आ जाए तो चल जाएगा. So if you see this is 81, 105, and 105 could have given you around 99.3 percentile or 99.4. सेम यहाँ पे लेके देख लेते हैं. That gives you 158, and 158 is 99 percentile. So if you do really good in one of the sections, then also you can get overall score very good. Okay. So all in all, what I mean to say is do not balance things. Okay. So some people will tell you, so I've shown these things statistically. Okay. I score very well in CAT because I am very good in DILR and quant. Okay. Like I do not focus lot in verbal. मैं वर्बल पे मेहनत ही नहीं करता हूँ. मुझे पता है कि अगर मैं वही एफर्ट लगा के क्वांट कर लूंगा तो मेरा रिजल्ट अच्छा हो सकता है एज कंपेयर टू पुटिंग द सेम एफर्ट इन वर्बल एबिलिटी. मैं वर्बल में अगर 10 घंटे लगाऊंगा मेरा स्कोर उतना इंप्रूव नहीं होगा जितना 10 घंटे क्वांट में लगा के हो सकता है. सो रिमेंबर वन थिंग दैट वट एवर इज योर स्ट्रॉन्ग एरिया फोकस द मोस्ट ऑन दैट and you will believe me you will get tremendous results. Okay, so people will say कि जो weak areas पे सबसे ज्यादा focus करना चाहिए, but I say the opposite thing. I myself have experienced the result, and that I would say कि like weak areas do not ignore. ऐसा भी नहीं कहना कि अगर verbal अच्छी नहीं है तो verbal छोड़ दो, करो, but जो अच्छा strong area focus more on that because you can scale your score very high in the area of your interest. Okay, so just remember this thing that in let us say if you are very good in DILR or quant or verbal, try to improve, focus more on that section. And if you are good in two sections, then great. Okay, and the most important thing which I taught, like which obviously will keep discussing later also, that it is about picking the right questions. That is the thing that makes the difference. ठीक है, इफ यू सी द पेपर लेटर, अभी कभी सॉल्व करते होगे पेपर बैठ के 2019 20 कोई भी ईयर का देखोगे, तुम कहोगे यार ये तो इसमें काफी इजी क्वेश्चंस थे, but during the examination people do not pick the right questions. If you learn this art of picking the right questions, definitely you can clear the cutoff in all the sectional cutoffs तो clear हो ही जाएंगी, and obviously improve your score in other sections so that let's say verbal ability you have strong, right? So maximize your efforts so that you can get very high score in verbal ability. Let us say your DILR is okay type, not so great. Yeah, but there will be one or two, one set at least that could be doable, right? Moderate. Not all sets will be the ones that you cannot attempt at all, right? So put your efforts in that, pick the right questions, and even in quant pick some handful of questions. No need to do some, there are some non-engineers that they believe कि quant बहुत difficult होता है, but I showed you the stats and believe me जो भी मैंने दिखाया है, see those papers and see that if you could do 4-5 questions, अगर 4-5 questions कर सकते हो एक घंटे में, so you are seeing that in 2021 even if you did 4 questions in 40 minutes, ठीक है, सही से ढूंढने में कितना टाइम लगेगा? 5 मिनट मैक्स टू मैक्स. 5 मिनट में तो 4 क्वेश्चन ढूंढ ही सकते हो ना जो पेपर में कर सकते हो. 4 क्वेश्चन कर लिए 80 परसेंटाइल सर्टेन, 5 क्वेश्चन कर लिए 85 परसेंटाइल, सेक्शनल कट ऑफ क्लियर हो गई. सो यू शुड नॉट फियर एनी सेक्शन. ठीक है, किसी सेक्शन में कम कमजोर हो, दैट इज परफेक्टली फाइन, बट मेक श्योर दैट यू बिकम वन सेक्शन वंडर एटलीस्ट। कोई एक सेक्शन है, try to score very very high in that section, and it is quite much possible. There are some people who score very very high in verbal ability, may not be doing good in other two sections, but the thing is, if you have to score overall very high, stay away from this balanced approach. Try to do very good in one or two sections, that eventually will give you a high score in the examination. And it is about picking questions in the right thing. बट एट दिस स्टेज डू नॉट वरी अबाउट एनी परसेंटाइल, स्कोर वर्सेस परसेंटाइल अभी सोचना ही नहीं है कितने स्कोर पे कितनी आएगी। आई टोल्ड यू टू गिव यू सम रिलेशन कि 95 और 99 और 99.9 इन सब में बहुत डिफरेंस होता है, राइट? इफ अ पर्सन सेज आई गॉट 99 परसेंटाइल, इट इज नथिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ 99.9 परसेंटाइल। ओके, सो if you have to get, let's say if you are a gem, you have to get that high score in order to get calls from the top B schools. So that was about the score versus percentile stuff, right? How it works, and how you can strategize your preparation. See, this thing which I'm telling you, not many people will tell. सब लोग कहेंगे कि वीक एरिया पे ध्यान दो, वीक एरिया पे ध्यान दो, बट इतना भी ध्यान मत दो कि स्ट्रॉन्ग एरिया को स्ट्रॉन्ग ना बना सको। इफ यू मेक अ स्ट्रॉन्ग एरिया वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग, definitely you can get a very good result. So if you are planning to take Unacademy subscription, you can use my referral code PRPanth10 to get 10% off on the courses. Okay, and we keep launching batches for CAT and other MBA entrance examinations, and I shall be starting the classes very soon. Okay, in the plus batches, you will see me very soon, and some classes I'll be taking on some special classes also. So follow me on the app as well. Okay, so that was about this thing, CAT score versus percentile, how these things behave, and how you could improve your score in the examination. Remember that you must focus on your strong areas, okay? Because the same amount of effort that you put in something that you like, you will yield better results. Okay. All right. So thanks for watching this video. Have a great day.